It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. I don't feel like being on camera today. Us content creators don't always want that camera shoved in our face. Single Mother's Day. You know, I was out here shopping, collecting some goods, and I was looking around, being observant. And what I saw was rather troubling, to say the least. I seen a certain countenance on all the ladies that was out today. A sense of pride, if you will, because it is their beloved Mother's Day. Now, first and foremost, all these holidays that are celebrated in the Western world are pagan and satanic. They're wicked. They don't represent anyone from the diaspora's culture whatsoever. And Mother's Day is no different. Mother's Day gives reverence to the Queen, Mother Goddess of Heaven. You know, right from Easter all the way up to Mother's Day, that's what's going on. Female worship, idolatry. It even stems back to the quote-unquote virgin birth. Now we know a woman cannot be born, a child cannot be born without the seed of a man, right? But in the Western world, even before the biblical text, they had this whole mother and child expose on display. And we know that's pukaki. We know that's nonsense. Matter of fact, when you go into the scriptures, it actually gives you the lineage of Christ himself. It says he came through the seed of David. You look that word seed up in the concordance, it actually says sperma. It also gives you his lineage and bloodline. So it takes a man to, a man and a woman to make a child. But nonetheless, a lot of people are brainwashed by Christian theology, so it is what it is. I read the Bible as it is written. Now, what I seen while I was out was a crying shame. And I'm not here for the record, I am not here to offend anyone. I'm not here to disrespect single mothers. But what I will say is, moving forward, in order to be in any celebratory posture when it comes to any family matters, it should be a celebration of having a father in the picture. Now, people make mistakes. My goal is to motivate you ladies to make sure that your next move is your best move. We cannot continue this vicious cycle of single mothers. You look around, it ain't their father in the picture. They're not there. And ladies, you are the gatekeepers. You are Mother Earth, so to speak. And you got to be careful who you open your gates to, because continuing to chase the wrong kind of men and deal with the wrong kind of men is going to leave you a single mother, and there's no celebration in that. Children need their fathers. Now, even if you're not operating in a traditional sense, I don't know who this message is for, but at the very least, allow that man to be in the child's life, because it was your decision to choose the man that you chose. So you cannot punish the child or the children for that, believing that you're somehow taking some type of heroic or venerated position by deciding to go it alone. That behavior shall not be reverenced in any capacity. Any woman out here celebrating these pagan holidays, I would advise you to get your mind in the scriptures and get right and stop celebrating all these pagan satanic holidays. But on a surface level, we should not be celebrating our people, this generation being almost utterly destroyed because there's no protection, there's no order, there's no decency, there's no correction being lended to these children. There's a lot of comments being reviewed and withheld. What is going on in the chat? A whole lot of comments are being reviewed and withheld. I'm not sure what's going on. Do we have somebody going rogue, or is the comments that disrespectful? Here's the thing. Heidi says someone was talking crazy. Well, if I have moderators in here and they're talking crazy, delete them, block them. Moderators, if they're continuing to talk crazy, get rid of them. We don't stand for that over here. And we have someone named Shatika Woods in the chat. I don't know if she's just joining, but I'm going to block you myself because you just said we're going to celebrate all mothers on today's date. So look, this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to swiftly remove you from this particular broadcast. You're blocked because clearly you're not listening to what's being said. There's no celebration in being a single mother. Here's the issue. We got to stop praising this mother goddess, this feminine female worship. It has to stop. If there's going to be any rod of correction in this world, there's going to have to be men who bold, and there's going to have to be women who are bold. At least bold enough to look at themselves from the outside looking in and say, you know what, should this be celebrated that I have a quote unquote fatherless child? Should this be celebrated? Should I be somehow praised in any capacity? And, I don't have any level of a traditional family. My answer is absolutely not. Because what's going to happen is y'all going to keep being under this demonic spell. And you're going to continue. And I'm speaking as a whole. Our women are going to continue making the same mistakes over and over because the world we live in will praise you for being a single mother. New Breed Global Truth ain't going to praise you for that. This should be a day of mourning for every last woman out there who does not have the father, your child's father, in the picture. This is a day of mourning for you. Unless, of course, your husband has passed on and you are a widow of some sort. Because what you represent by celebrating this holiday, what you actually represent is the celebration of the failure of your people. Let me see. Let me view these messages because somebody is on the trigger. Let me see. It says potentially inappropriate. So I think that's YouTube blocking them. I think that might be YouTube blocking them. So they must be real pissed off right now. Good. Let my words scald you. Let my words resonate. Let them resign. Let me live rent free in your head because you're over here watching. Exactly. The celebration of having babies with clowns. Gina, exactly. She gets it. She definitely gets it. Not to mention when you look at it, it's all capitalism. Every month that goes by, you're celebrating something. All the way from Black Friday, all 12 months of the year, there's something to be celebrated. In a land where you ain't free. When we gonna start tapping into our own culture? Yeah, it's about the fake mother goddess today. Yeah, it's consumerism. Buy, 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 celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. And some of you mama's boys out there, I'm gonna tell you the utter facts, right? Unless your father passed away and your mother did the best she could do to raise you up and definitely not be celebrating. Now, mind you, I'm telling you not to celebrate none of these days, but you shouldn't be celebrating it either. You shouldn't be celebrating your mother who was irresponsible and reckless. There's no celebration in that. Young Elder says, the single mom matriarchal hates masculine knowledge breed is what it is. Oh, they can hate it all day. Doesn't bother me one bit. Because you know what? The Most High sent you over here to actually watch this video. This message was meant for you, even the ones who pissed off. And I'm not here to condemn single mothers. There's mothers out here doing the best that they can do to provide for their children because they made bad decisions. But this day should be a reminder not to make those decisions again. Don't get involved with the wrong kind of man. And if you're going to have more babies in the future, before your womb is withered away, make sure that you choose the right man. Make sure that you choose a man of resource, a man of knowledge, and a man of wisdom. Find yourself a God-fearing man who lives by a certain code of conduct and certain principles. And certain questions must be asked before that gate gets cracked. Or you're going to be a mother of 4, 5, 6, and 7, and you're going to be doing it all by yourself, and all you're going to have to show for it is a bunch of balloons, cards, memorabilia, and, you know, gifts or what have you on Mother's Day. But the children's still going to grow up dysfunctional. And our nation will continue to fall. Find a man you can follow. Do you understand me? Because what I just seen while I was out and about grabbing some goods, it was not a good look for us as people. Same thing with that other holiday, the other one, the Valentine's Day, that one. It's the same kind of spirit of Valentine's Day. Let's see here. Somebody says, the truth is fierce and never apologize it for itself. Don't get mad at Newbury. Oh yeah. Hey, listen, I don't care if they get mad, but you're right, brother. Listen, and I was just going there, so I know the spirit moving. The Bible says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. That's the time we living in. I'm not trying to appeal to everybody. The Bible told me to lift my voice like a trumpet and spare not, means I don't care about your emotions and your feelings. Listen, this is what I want. I want the restoration of the house of Jacob. I want the restoration of the nation of Israel. I want our people to flourish. I want our people to live fruitful and multiply. I want our people to be pro-life. I want our people to be raised up in traditional households where these sons and these daughters don't have to go without a protection in the house, without spiritual leadership in the house. And because you want to celebrate someday and feel like you should be revered, don't make me no never mind. We have got to clean up our act. You have got to break the spell. You are living in a land in which your forefathers and foremothers were brung over here in cargo slave ships. They were totally pillaged of their culture and their heritage. So everything that you celebrate is based on what they instilled in your ancestors. And you proudly pick up their holidays. Yep, somebody said, just being worshipped alone feels weird to me. Exactly. Somebody said, I'm taking care of my niece while my sister is pregnant again, about to give her new daughter up for adoption. It is so painful. Wow, wow, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. And again, I'm going to make this clear. I'm not here to disrespect single mothers, because sometimes you dealt with a trash dude who didn't want to stand up and take responsibilities as a man. He didn't want to be in the child's life. And for whatever reason, he didn't want to be there, so he left. In that instance, and you have held it down, then, you know, I still revere the single mother. I still honor the single mother. Of course, not on no holiday where she should be celebrated for doing what her body is made to do. Your body is made to push out babies. That's your job. And then some of you ladies out here want to be celebrated on single Mother's Day, and you ain't done a damn thing for your children. You want to be celebrated, but you leaving the babies at mom's house every damn day. You prowling the streets looking for ding-a-ling, but you want to be celebrated. You want to turn up, but be celebrated. It wasn't good enough for you to just have no damn baby. That's what it was made for. You got a lot of mothers out here who think they should be reverenced just because they pushed the baby out. All you did was enjoy some sex, and you had a baby. That's it. Some of y'all who want to be celebrated on Mother's Day ain't mothers. You're just a child bearer. And only the wicked gonna be upset. Only the wicked. Yup, somebody said they have grandma and grandma cousin and have parents raising these kids. Meanwhile, I'm getting help from God and doing just fine. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, you know, you got your head on a swivel as a mother and you doing what you do. But we got to break these damn generational curses. We got to stop sitting up in here acting like something ain't extremely wrong with the world. We got to stop acting like something ain't extremely wrong with our traditions. It's a fallacy. Just the level of ideological subversion that goes on with our people. The mentality. It's troubling. It's daunting. Let me tell you something. Somebody's pissed off in this stream, but I'm going to also say this. There's also going to be that mother who calls her child's father and say, you know what? Hey, for Mother's Day, won't you come see little Donnie or little Keith or little Martin? Or come see little Sherry. Come see little Ashley. I don't want to be celebrated today. I want to make sure that, we at least try to be, cohesive. And shout out to all the co-parents out there. Shout out to all the co-parents who be holding it down with each other and understood that the children were the bigger picture. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the co-parents who know how to hold it down too. But the rest of y'all who playing these damn reindeer games, acting like just because you had a baby that you need to be celebrated, you need to really reevaluate yourself. You don't get no honor from me. for pushing no baby out. That's your portion. And shout out to the married parents. Well, I won't say, married. Well, yeah, shout out to them as well. Shout out to them. Yeah, shout out to the married parents who holding it down, keeping the household together. I just don't want to shout. I'm shouting people out, but y'all know we don't celebrate these holidays, for the record. For anybody just joining, we don't celebrate pagan holidays. Somebody said, exactly, trying to stop the father from suffering from fatherlessness. Shout out to them. Exactly. Yep. Somebody said most women want a productive family. 90% of the time the men switch up. I don't know where you got those statistics from. When you live in a society that incentivizes women to be single mothers, what do you think Eve is going to do? So that's a made up statistic that you just came up with the top of your head to try to prove a point. That's a lie. That's a lie if I ever heard one. You got a whole society that promoted and pushed, particularly in the ghettos in the hood. You got them pushing subsidized living to remove the man out the house, and you're gonna say 90% don't want to be involved. No, there was a deal on the table. There was an incentive that was put on the table. The reason why we at where we at. And some women rather have subsidized living in a check before they have a father in the picture. So let's not play these games. Not saying that it ain't no trash dudes out here. I'm not saying that at all. Somebody said co-parenting with my ex is hell, so I fell back and gave it all to God. My kids know me in spirit, them prayers working and rebuking that confusion. Well, there's one thing if the parent is a risk to the children. And I mean, it's one thing if the father is violent or he's abusive. Everybody can use their own discretion. If you trifling in here, you trifling. If you one of them mothers that's just trifling and you just don't like the person you chose and you got him out of the picture, shame on you. Delilah says, Breed, I'm seeing a lot of memes of moms wanting to not be around their family or kids today. LOL, go figure. Exactly. As if the children asked to be here. And there's a lot of mothers tonight as we speak, they're going to be turned up tonight. They're going to be out celebrating the fact that they got a babysitter tonight. That's it. That's what it boils down to. They got themselves a bunch of gifts. They're going to go turn up and celebrate Mother's Day. And it's going to turn into ladies' night in all the clubs. And they're going to get all prepped up to go have more children by rotten, worthless dudes. Now, how about that? Ain't that something? They're going to get turned up tonight. Single Mother's Day going to turn into single ladies' night. They're going to have more babies. And there's going to be more children out of wedlock. I mean, damn. You can't make it up. You can't make it up, bro. Somebody said, I'm doing laundry and cooking dinner feels like a Sunday to me. Yeah, it's irony, ain't it? It's a whole lot of irony involved in all of this, right? That's right, Young Gene. Young Gene says, no lies detected. I ain't heard no lies yet either. Hey, listen, if the truth hurt, I want you to grin and bear it. Yeah, it's a domino effect. It's a ripple effect. Somebody said my girlfriend listening and need to be offended. I need to lose her ASAP. Hey, I'm offending my people. It's quite all right. Let me tell you something about offense. That little uncomfortable feeling that you get when you're offended by something, that means something in you know that you're pricking at something. Everything that's worthy of change comes with a little bit of resistance. So when in your spirit, in your mind, if you met with resistance, That means there's something that must change there. It's called accountability, which a lot of modern women just can't comprehend at this point. They can't comprehend it. And one thing for sure, we got to make changes. Somebody said, being a submissive, shamefaced keeper at home, obedient to their own husband, silent, loving, virtuous women never get celebrated. Shaking my head, wicked world. They do get celebrated. Daughter of Zion, they get celebrated by their family, which is the only people who should be celebrating them. You don't need a world stage to play your role. That's the issue. You don't need a world stage to be a mother. You should be celebrated. The Bible says a woman who have all those tenets will be celebrated. It didn't tell you it was going to be celebrated by this wicked, perverse world. You're celebrated by your husband. You're celebrated by your children. You're celebrated by your family members for leading by example. You're celebrated by the generations that come that you upheld biblical principles. You're celebrated by the angels and the Most High because you did the right thing and made the right decisions in your life. You're celebrated for being responsible. But it is your job. Just like I'm just doing my job right now. I'm doing my job right now and I ain't being celebrated for it. Right? Sometimes you got to do your job and you're going to be insulted for it. You're going to be hated for it. That's the ways of this world. This whole society, this whole Greco-Roman, gynocentric, matriarchal society celebrates the woman all day, every damn day. Men built the country, and you walk into a clothing store, the men's section is about what, one fifth of the entire store. This whole country this is the reason why our people are hardy. Our women are hardy. They've been celebrated too damn much. How much celebration you want? It seemed like to me some of y'all need to be ignored. How much attention do the modern woman want? They thirsty for it. Matter of fact, for some of these topics, man, I want some of y'all ladies, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't even join, don't even tap in. You should be in the kitchen somewhere anyway. It's Sunday. It's Sunday evening. You should be in the kitchen making some biscuits somewhere. Why are you even in here? Why are you even in here? Go somewhere and make some biscuits and some cookies and bread for your children. How about that? That part. Since it's Mother's Day. And y'all want to celebrate it. Somebody said, the point is, you can celebrate yourself any day. Just follow the world, and worthless celebrations is no good. Yeah, exactly. POP Ministries post Matthew 5:10. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely accuse you. Exactly. Exactly. That's real talk. Somebody said, that's right. I just cooked a great meal for my family. Love cooking and cleaning. That's what's up. Hopefully you're doing that at least every weekend. All of that going out, buying all this out food. This is how people getting poisoned. This is how people getting lined up, set up for the kill. Listen, you have to, now it's not wrong with going out every now and then and grabbing something. But for the most part, that woman should be cooking at least 5 days out of the week. At least if y'all in that traditional environment, y'all should be cooking at least 5 days out of that week. And maybe a midweek go grab something, and a weekend go grab something. A midweek or a Friday or Saturday you grab something. Other than that, 5 days of the week minimal. You need to be in the kitchen. If you ain't doing that, how can you be sitting up here celebrating anything? If you ain't out here feeding your family at least 5 days out the week, putting your hands to the plow. If you ain't holding it down, what you celebrate? You shouldn't be celebrated. It's a day of mourning for the children of Israel. It's a day of mourning for all those from the diaspora. It's a day of mourning for all those who, couldn't keep the father in the picture for whatever reason, except that husband passed away and you a widow, or just for whatever reason that man, he decided that he didn't want to be a father. Somebody said, my niece is with her father today. I don't have a relationship with my sister's baby father, but I did get out of the pot and go on my knees and pray. Thank God for her father. See, all praises. Somebody said, man, most of these women won't even microwave a pack of noodles. Right. They entitled. They want you to take them out to eat every damn night. A lot of these women don't even know how to chef it up these days and want to be celebrated. You shouldn't be celebrated if you half stepping as a mother. If you're not a chase keeper of home, if you're not encouraging your husband, if you don't have your children in order with a schedule, if you're not sitting up teaching these children. I tell you, man, it is what it is. But I had to say what I had to say. That's my quick message for the day. It's more content coming. I'm just keeping it real. If you offended, so be it. My only goal is that you stop this vicious cycle that's continuing to plague our people as a whole. My only goal is that you come to the realization that the man is needed. This is about family restoration. This is bigger than you and bigger than your little day. 360 something odd days of the year. And you think you deserve the day? If you're not doing, what are you doing the rest of them days? How you going to be celebrated on a day and all other 364 odd days of the year, you ain't doing nothing it takes to be a mother? Or you lack the maturity to reconcile a feasible relationship to make sure your children aren't cheated out of a father. But I'm just a messenger. Look, turn y'all post notifications on so you can get these videos as they being uploaded. I love each and every one of y'all who are of truth. And, y'all stay safe out here. Shalom and peace.